in Ball, the Swiss get set to take on Brazil. Glad you could join us for this very special friendly match here on FSC on a Wednesday afternoon. I'm your host, Christian Miles, and Switzerland definitely with their hands full against their nemesis from South America. Of course, club play taking a break in the midweek as some international friendlies come front and center, and the superstars very much on display here in neutral Switzerland. And both of these two coming off disappointing World Cups in their own estimation. Switzerland, of course, finishing top of Group G in Germany this past summer, ahead of one-time World Cup winner France, however, losing out to Ukraine in the round of 16 after penalty kicks. For Brazil, of course, everybody knowing about their well-documented disappointing exit to France in the quarterfinals, as they were expected to move on to bigger and better things. Taking a look at the lineup for the manager Dunga, calling upon Elton as Julio Cesar takes a seat. Mike Cohn, the Inter Milan man, will come in at right back with Luizão, Juan from Bayer Leverkusen, and Dudu Cerenze will be the linking player in midfield. Up front, it's going to be Solis and Robinho. No Ronaldinho in the attack today, as he will take a spot on the bench. Kaká, well, he'll look to provide some scoring width. He's playing more of a right-sided role today for the Brazilians. For Switzerland, West Bromwich Albion goalkeeper Pascal Zuberbühler will be in goal. Johan Joru, the Arsenal right back, just in front of him with Magnin Senderos, who has only featured once for the Gunners this season, once again recalled into the first team for manager Kirby Kuhns. Indeed, a massive test as this unproven Swiss side will look to go against the best in the business. FIFA World Cup rankings. The FIFA rankings, I should say, seeing Switzerland come into this round ranked 15, and of course Brazil, despite their disappointing exit out of Germany this summer, ranked number 1, despite the fact that the Azzurri of Italy hosted the Jules Rimet Trophy. Kaká, the lead man today, as Ronaldinho takes a back seat. It's been a bit of a disappointing campaign for club and country for Ronaldinho since the exit at the hands of France a few months ago. And Kaká enjoying quite a club season with AC Milan, as is this young man, Robinho, who's really come to light for Real Madrid under the tutelage of Italian manager Fabio Capello. And of course, the job of containing him will be falling upon Zuberbühler as well as Johan Joru. So it looks like we're all set. Let's hand it over to our match commentator, John Champion, at the St. Jakob Stadium in Switzerland.
I can already tell you it's a sellout crowd of 38,929. Away we go then. Brazil in their traditional colours. Switzerland, as usual, in red and white. Playing surface that is slightly rutted, showing signs of wear and tear. But a stadium that is emerging into one fit to stage the opening game of the 2008 European Championship Finals. One of 6 games that will be played during that tournament here at the St. Jakob Park. This is Fernando of Bordeaux, finding Solis of Sevilla, and now Maicon of Inter Milan. Brazil, as always, extremely busy. They play so many games. It's their 6th since the World Cup, their 6th under the management of Dunga. Four wins and a draw so far under Dunga's guidance. It's a foul on Fernando. The offender was Cabañas. Solis, dispossessed by Joru, and here's Ludovic Magnin of Stuttgart. Brazil could have chosen easier opposition. Switzerland lost to neighbours Austria last month, but that is their only defeat of the calendar year 2006. Vogel, hugely experienced campaigner Johan Vogel. Robinho, Magnin tried to hitch a ride. here's Maicon. Big boots to fill. Maicon, the number 2 shirt, filled for so long by the great Cafu. Fernando. Well, just try one, Fernando, and it's straight into the midrip of Pascal Zubabula. Zubi. Very long-serving Swiss goalkeeper who's actually lost his place in his club side. Plays in the second tier of English football for West Bromwich Albion, but he's been dropped by the new manager there, Tony Mowbray. Here's Alex Fry. Melbourne Lantern. Kaka. Robinho. It's a good play by Dudu of CSKA Moscow. These Brazilian players are regulars in Champions League football in Europe. All of them, the starting 11 at least, are with Europe-based clubs. A couple of the substitutes, Gladstone and Carlinhos, actually played their club football still in Brazil, but for how much longer? Here's Alano, who impressed in last month's friendly against Ecuador in Sweden. Kaka. It's a nice shuffle. There was a player there in an offside position, or at least he would have been had he touched the ball. This is the 7th meeting of Switzerland and Brazil. Brazilians have won twice, Switzerland once, and there have been 3 draws. The most recent meeting was in June 1989 in this stadium, when Switzerland famously won by a goal to nil. The scorer Kubilai Turkelmans. It's an occasion that's still talked about in these parts. Dudu. Von Lantern. Cabañas out to Tranquillo Barnetta. Plays his club football in Germany for Leverkusen. Manya. First moment of hope for the Swiss side. 5 minutes in. And here's Robinho for Brazil. Kaka. Adriano up from left back. Dudu. And away by Senderos. Not very far, mind you. Lots of early Brazilian pressure. Elano's ball in. Cabañas. Free kick to Switzerland. Cabañas is another German-based player with Cologne. Switzerland so unfortunate to go out of this summer's World Cup. They became the first side ever to go out of the World Cup competition without conceding a goal. Group games against France finished 0-0. They beat Togo 2-0, South Korea 2-0, drew 0-0 in the second round with Ukraine in Cologne. But then went to pieces when it came to the penalty shootout, losing 3-0. 2 of their kicks were saved, 1 hit the crossbar, and out they went. a wonderfully vibrant atmosphere inside this stadium. Lichtsteiner winning a throw. It's a huge night for the debutant fullback, 22 years of age, a late call-up for this game. Stefan Lichtsteiner of Lille. Fry. Von Lanten. He's looking for Strella. Lichtsteiner. Vogel. Luisao. Senderos. Mania. Cross comes Luisao of Benfica. In front of Alex Fry, who scored twice at the World Cup finals. One goal against Togo, one against the South Koreans. Has scored 4 goals in 4 friendlies since the World Cup. Brazil have been based for the past 3 days at the Hilton Hotel in the middle of Basel. Crowds of visitors to ration access to their training sessions because of the degree of interest. And of course they're familiar visitors to Switzerland, having been based in the small town of Weggis for their World Cup finals preparations. This is promising. Telton is forced to make a save of sorts. Strella laying the ball off, and the shot from Barnetta. Here's Michael. And the play of Mania. There is Dunga. Brazil's World Cup winning skipper of 1994, replaced Carlos Alberto Pereira after Brazil's exit at the quarter-final stage of this summer's World Cup. With a license to make changes. Adriano. Fernando. Maicon. Marking wasn't too hot. Silvius with the header. Completely unchallenged. Barnetta. Switzerland building towards their hosting of the Euro 2008 finals jointly with Austria. Of course, they don't have to qualify, so there are no competitive internationals for them at the moment. But the coach, the much admired Kobe Kuhn, has made it clear that whilst the country doesn't have to qualify, the players do. They have to qualify for a place in his squad. Barnetta seems to be getting most of the chances, such as they've been. Part of a Leverkusen side, currently 11th in the Bundesliga in Germany. Stretching slightly, but it's been a good open start to this game. It was his Leverkusen colleague Juan who failed to get much distance on the clearing header. That's what offered him the opportunity. Juan to Adriano, part of the Sevilla side that surprised Europe by winning the UEFA Cup last season. He goes down and Marcus Merck points for a goal kick. Actually no contact that forced him to go down. Zubabula is grateful for a knight in the spotlight, having lost his place in his club side. 35 years of age now, Pascal Zubabula. Strela was fouled. Rubinho and Sobis being asked to retreat the required 10 yards. Marcus Merck is not a referee particularly noted for his patience. Mania, helped over the top by Hilton. He does have a good left foot, Ludovic Mania. Hilton, who plays his club football in Portugal for Porto. 35 metres out. Perhaps more, maybe 40. And it was dipping beneath the bar. Giroud comes to Dudu. Jakob Kuhn, the coach of the last 5 years with the Swiss national side, always has them very well drilled, the set pieces. Showed at the World Cup. Not to be confused with the striker of the same name of Inter Milan, who's not in this squad. Had a very disappointing performance in Brazil's last friendly against Ecuador last month. Fernando. Ball, which Mania was alert to. Rubinho using the sand wedge. Free kick. Foul by Cabanas. Luizao. Another foul, needless really. Adriano wasn't going anywhere in particular. Luizao. Michael. Brazil's travels since the World Cup have taken them to Norway, to England for 2 games against Argentina and Wales, to Kuwait, to Sweden to play Ecuador, and now here to Basel in Switzerland. The best of clearances, not the best of shots. Robinho. Strela. Like Switzerland, Brazil are faced with a dearth of competitive football. They don't taste competitive international play until next June when they defend their Copa America title. But the commercial demands on them are such, and they are such attractive opposition, that there will always be a ready supply of friendlies. Dudu was fouled. It's been rather bitty. It's a very bright opening 10 minutes. It's faded a little. Lots of stoppages, niggly fouls. Cabañas. To Manya. Good tackle by Fernando. Cabañas. Strela. Barnetta. This is Von Lanten. Foul by the youngster Von Lanten, who was so distraught to miss the World Cup with a dislocated shoulder. Was replaced at the last minute in the Swiss squad, approaching the tournament by Hakan Yakin, and upset the Swiss team authorities by insisting on getting his own second medical opinion. Here he is, Von Lanten. Manya. Juru. Says very publicly he's looking towards youth, and he's asked to be put in charge of the Brazilian under-23 side for the Olympic Games in Beijing. His hope is that the best players from that side will form the core of his team should he still be in charge for the 2010 World Cup. Robinho surely be at the heart of his plans for that. Was coming in. It's Cabañas who's put it behind. Delano's deep ball. And Dichsteiner, the rookie fullback, was caught out of position just as well that Cabañas was covering. Elano with the corner. A clean header, and Brazil strike first through Luizão. The perfect near post corner. Congratulations issued all round. play. Switzerland find themselves trailing. The late arrival of Luizão, the Benfica central defender, to meet Elano's corner. Brazil in front after 22 minutes here in Basel. Strela, a striker, was supposed to be marking him, but he's hard to stop. Lantern now has to try and help Switzerland come back from this deficit. It's a rarity for Switzerland to concede a goal. They had 7 consecutive clean sheets before last month's defeat by Austria. Now they've conceded again. They went right through the World Cup without letting in a goal. Von Lantern, back to Giroud. Kobe Kuhn has been looking forward to this game. He regards it as a very good test for his side. Even against a largely unfamiliar Brazilian side. Kobe Kuhn, 5 years in charge of the national team. Back in the 1960s and 70s. A very combative midfield player who won 64 caps for Switzerland. Won 6 league titles with FC Zurich. Played in the 1966 World Cup in England. Now, at the age of 63, is looking towards retirement. Said that he will stand down after the Euro 2008 finals when he'll be 65. The Swiss football public don't want to hear about that. They want him to carry on for a lot longer. He was a surprise choice for the job. He'd been the under-21 coach, had never coached a club of any great standing. Here's Fernando, maybe asking a bit too much of Sobis, but Giroud was careless. Elano. Despite the slip, it's Adriano. Kaká. So Brazil ahead through Luizão after 22 minutes. Thumping near post header from Elano's corner. Here's Lichtsteiner. Von Lantern. And Schwan was pushed by Johan von Lantern. International football was first played at this venue back in 1908. Whilst we've mentioned the future that it can look forward to with Euro 2008 and 6 games including a semi-final, it also staged a World Cup semi-final back in 1954 when West Germany, as they then were, beat Austria 6-1. Barnetta. Over Magnan by Elano. Adriano away. Robinho, it's not the most adhesive first touch he's ever produced. On Lantern. Kaka. Only one of the magic quartet left from the World Cup tonight. Ronaldinho nursing an injury on the bench. Ronaldo and Adriano, striking Adriano that is, not selected. Sobis. Robbed by Mania, taken up by Barnetta, fouled by Alano. Estrella. Cabañas. Took a deflection. Corner for the Swiss. Cabañas. Retrieved by Von Lantern. Lichtsteiner. Step over by Estrella, didn't really work. The Brazilian squad weakened by a couple of withdrawals. Ed Mielsen through injury. Arsenal's Gilberto Silva through a family issue. Needed sorting out. So there are some very young players on the bench. And some quite young ones in the starting 11. Dudu. Adriano. Here's Alano. Plays in Ukraine for Shakhtar. And it was a good cross for Sobis. Goalkeeper Zubabula committed himself. Giroud was unable to make a meaningful challenge, and it was a very good opportunity to make it 2-0. Goalkeeper, frankly, was caught in no man's land. Ball given against Alano. Von Lantern, who's quick. Not quite quick enough, but that was a rather rugged response from Adriano. Brings Switzerland a free kick. Will swing this in with his left foot. Put out to by Helton gratefully. Kaka. Knocked out by Robinho. Dudu. They kept it alive well, Brazil. Dudu. And Kaka is a little hurried. Knew that he was about to be challenged. was interesting because Helton, to begin with, had given it up thinking it was going out of play. No chances yet for Alex Fry. Few as a whole for Switzerland. Brazil have had the better opportunities and more of them. They lead through a goal from Luizão. Lichtsteiner. Proving a frustrating first half for Kobe Kuhn down on the Swiss bench there. Not really posing a threat. Cause one or two problems, and it's going to cross the goal. Scored by Kaká, and that's a horrible mess in the Swiss defence. Brazil are good enough and dangerous enough without presenting them with chances like that. Dunga seems almost embarrassed to accept that they're now 2-0 in front. Zubabula failed to clear, and the ricochet fell so obligingly for Kaká. Whacked it against his own player Giroud, and Kaká swept in the loose ball. And it's hard to argue with the scoreline. Brazil have been superior, and comfortably so, and now they have a second goal to prove it. First, a well-worked header from a corner, the second, a gift. Mania. Barnetta. A big UEFA Cup tie against Tottenham Hotspur coming up next week. Tranquillo Barnetta. Joan, the Brazilian centre-back, will be involved in that as well. Seen too much of Rubinho thus far. Handball given against Fry, who then whacks it away. And although this is a friendly, he risks sanction from the referee. Well, it did strike his arm. Maybe rolled up it onto his chest. No question at all that in a competitive international that would have been a yellow card for dissent. Fry. Strela. No way beyond Juan. Vogel. Cabañas. This time, Zubabula and Giroud combine slightly more successfully, or at least less dangerously. It's a goal kick for Switzerland. Challenge was slightly late by Dudu on Cabañas. Switzerland getting no change at all out of the Brazilian defence. They managed to get that far up the field. Barnetta. Steiner. And here's Elano for Brazil. Fernando. Chance for Switzerland with Alex Fry. Once more it comes to nothing. Do appear one-dimensional, one taste. Fairly predictable in what they're going to do. Certainly how Brazil are finding them. And they're bossing this more or less as they please. Fernando. Free kick. Crowd much more subdued now. Here believing that Switzerland were good enough to give Brazil a game. They may still prove to be so, but at the moment Brazil are very much in control. Alexander Fry. A little better. Luizao. Hook up with Elano, Senderos. Dudu. Robinho. Elano. Fernando. Now Adriano. Rafael Sobis. It's a time for tinkering, time for experimentation, without great pressure for these international coaches. It's been said that you learn more in defeat than in victory. May well be that Kobe Kuhn is learning more about the deficiencies of his side than Dunga is about the strengths of his. Milano has already provided one corner, which led to a goal for Luis Ao. This time it's taken securely by Zubabula. Back on the ground where he played so much club football for Basel. Illegally. Switzerland have a free kick. Nice his studs showing. Steiner taking on Adriano. Beverly got himself between Swiss player and ball. Fernando. Disguise the pass. So this 7th meeting of Switzerland and Brazil, very much going the South Americans' way. Expect a raft of substitutions either at half-time or during the second period. A number of the players subject to release agreements with their respective clubs as to how long they can play for. No additional time required at the end of this first half.
Some bright play from Switzerland early on, but ultimately defensive frailties proving to be the defining factor as Luizão and Kaká grabbed both of the Brazil goals in the first half. And our halftime score from Ball reads Switzerland 0, Brazil 2. When we return, we'll check on some other scores from around the world right after this. Stay with us. Welcome back, and Dr. Marcus Merck, our international referee here in Ball this afternoon, overseeing the festivities as Brazil currently holds a 2-0 lead, visiting to Switzerland. Luizão, the man you just saw there, on target on the 22nd minute, and Milan star Kaká adding another on the 35th. We're all set. Time now to turn it back over to John Champion at the St. Jakob Stadium.
Eventually, Switzerland respond to the whistle. And Brazil lead by 2-0. Luizão with a header from a corner by Alano after 22 minutes, and 10 minutes before half-time, Kaká, after a horrible defensive mix-up involving Zubabula, the goalkeeper, and the Arsenal central defender Johan Giroud. He's on the ball now. Senderos. Manya. Here's Johan Vollanten, one of the youngest players ever to appear in the Champions League. Fry, Vollanten. Manya. Anders on the tackle of Luizão. One or two changes which we'll bring you up to date with in a moment. Right, handling with Robinho. And the outcome is this Swiss free kick. Lichtsteiner for Magna. Goal kick is given. Ronaldinho amongst those doing a little bit of light limbering up behind that left-hand goal. Carrying an injury and wasn't deemed fit enough to start. Robinho. Juan.
No.
Adriano, and the header parried by Zubabula. It's the last thing Switzerland could afford, to go 3 down so early in the second half. That really would finish it as any sort of contest. Fernando. Maicon. This is Adriano. Dudu. Fernando. This Brazil's final engagement of the year 2006, one that they hope will bring them so much, and actually has delivered relatively little. Quarter-final exit in a World Cup is certainly deemed a failure by their own extremely high standards, beaten by France in Frankfurt. It's a clear chance for Sobis. Well found by Adriano too. Switzerland with a side that has opted to make the first couple of changes. Sending on at half-time Xavier Margaraz, who's wearing number 5, his Zurich midfield player, and also his club colleague Lesim Gemaili, who's wearing 15. Players to make way. Strella and Vogel. There's Gemaili. Luizão to Maicon. Inter. Fernando was caught by Barnetta. Quite painfully caught as well by the looks of it. Adriano. It's a useful challenge, it had to be. Lichtsteiner, the debutant. Yes, Adriano had a couple of yard start. And there was no margin for error at all. Lichtsteiner. Kaká. Now Maicon. Back in by Dudu to Maicon. And it's Giroud that does some sorting out for the Swiss. Only as far as Dudu. Corner off Magna. Swiss national flags less evident on they were early in the first half when Switzerland was starting this game so brightly. Free header again! And cleared off the line. Joan was forward. Luizao was in there too. Every time that Switzerland have to defend a corner, there seems to be a crisis in their defence. It's a wonderful chance for Joan. Switzerland have cause to be thankful that they're still only 2 goals behind. Now Magna tried an effort from 40 yards or so in the first half. This time nowhere near as testing or trying for Helton in the Brazilian goal. Senderos came from a good distance away to make that challenge. Kaká. Hesitation involving Robinho and Adriano. Interesting that Brazil have not chosen to make any half-time substitutions, just those 2 changes by the Swiss. Dunga was such an excellent exponent of the defensive midfield art as a player. Here's Frey, taken over as skipper of the Swiss, with Vogel being substituted, but he's offside. Muller amongst those available to the Swiss on the bench tonight, the Lyon centre-back. Here's Fernando. Maicon. Caught by Barnetta. Saw one. The occasion hasn't really lived up to all the anticipation that preceded it so far. It doesn't help that Ronaldinho isn't in the Brazilian starting 11. He's the wild card element the crowd in part have paid to see. Injury precluded him from starting the game. Might get a cameo appearance. Margaras. Jamaili. Fernando. Emerging with it. And giving it away. Jamaili. Free kick, Switzerland, and this is within range. Von Lanten brought down. We haven't seen Brazil tested defensively this evening. Maybe now. It's the first time that one of the Swiss players has picked up the ball and run at pace at the Brazilian defenders. So how about it, Ludovic Magna? We've seen him belt a few in European competition for Stuttgart, and further out than this. And he's had a go! And it was comfortably plucked out of the air beneath his crossbar by Helton. Dudu. Luizao forward for Sobis. Robinho. Adriano. There's evidence of a Brazilian back heel this evening. It's displayed by Alano. Shakhtar Donetsk. Foot was high, indirect free kick given against Dudu. Members of the CSKA Moscow clan. Also includes Daniel Carvalho, who's on the substitutes bench this evening. The product of a public poll back in the 1930s. The Brazilian football supporters voted to use the colours of the national flag. This at a time when Brazil was still very much finding itself as a footballing nation. Couldn't retain it. Tinga of Borussia Dortmund is with Dunga, waiting to come on. Luizao. Free kick to the Swiss, who are making a few inroads here. And we are going to see Ronaldinho. And this will boost the crowd no end. What would boost them more would be a Swiss goal. And the crowd have spotted Ronaldinho now, and they're responding to him. First it's Mania. Too close to Helton. Here's Robinho for Brazil. Sobis, oh, nasty challenge from behind. That might be a yellow card, despite the fact it's a friendly. Lichtsteiner came careering in from behind. So a caution on his international debut for the 22-year-old fullback Stefan Lichtsteiner. Apology from him too. There is Tinga from Dortmund, and the other gentleman joining the fray needs a little introduction to any football fan anywhere in the world. It's Fernando who comes off, and Carlo Nascimento, Tinga for short, comes on. And a hug from Ronaldinho for the man he replaces, Robinho. The most iconic footballer in the world today. Van Lanten. Switzerland playing a great deal better now. He's the best spell of the game. Mania. Von Lantern, corner. So the crowd have got their wish. Switzerland are starting to play some decent football, and Ronaldinho's come on. And there could be more new arrivals very soon. Ronaldinho. Nice pass! Hit the post! And Sobis pokes it wide, but he was in an offside position and it wouldn't have counted. It's difficult to see precisely where the offside was. When the ball was played, Sobis was on. And yes, when the initial pass was played through, he was in an offside position, but he wasn't interfering with active play at that stage. Such are the complications of the modern day offside rule. He was one of the replacements of the squad. He came in when Ed Nielsen of Barcelona was forced to pull out with an ankle problem. Quickly in. Gemaili. Member of the Zurich side, flying high in the Swiss Super League this season. Sobis, not quite. Switzerland already have their next friendly international penciled in, a meeting with Germany in Dusseldorf on the 7th of February. Always difficult for upcoming host nations. Can't have any competitive football. They have the luxury of knowing that they will be playing in the next finals as hosts. How do you fine-tune your approach to those finals? Fry. Good ball in for Von Lantern. First touch let him down just when he needed it to be sound and secure. Puff of the cheeks, what might have been. Just ran away from him. Many more signs of promise though from the Swiss since half-time. Patrick Muller of Lyon, top side in France, replaces Johan Giroud of Arsenal. There was an agreement with Arsenal that Giroud would not play the whole game, nor, we're told, will Senderos. And a third Arsenal player, the 18-year-old midfielder Danielson, is also amongst the Brazilian substitutes this evening. He was brought in because his club colleague Gilberto Silva was forced to withdraw because of a family issue. This is Tinga. Ball by Elano. Upper arm, lower arm and hand. 3 in 1. Figueras. Here's Alex Fry. Even with his physical presence, he couldn't get beyond Luizao. Adriano was caught. No change to the scoreline at half-time, but something of a change in the balance of power in the game. Brazil have had 2 or 3 good chances to score further goals. They've also hit the post. Switzerland giving as good as they're getting now. Von Lanten. Luizao in front of Fry. Swiss throw. Barnetta. Well won. Cabañas. And a goal back. Alex Fry, although there was a muddle involving Helton, the goalkeeper, and Maicon. May even be that Maicon got the final touch, but Fry will claim it. And he continues this remarkable scoring run. 2 goals at the World Cup, 2 against Liechtenstein post the World Cup. I have to say, I think that's more an own goal than a Fry goal. I don't think Fry got any part of that, in fact. Fry got a late winner against Venezuela, scored against Costa Rica in Geneva. But he wasn't celebrating wildly, and I think that needs to go down as an own goal against Maicon, the Brazilian right back, despite what the caption may say. Offside this time. In a sense, it doesn't matter about the identity of the scorer. The fact that Switzerland have registered means they're right back in this game. No question, own goal by Maicon. Tinga. Oh, now Ronaldinho, I don't know that it was deliberate, but his elbow seemed to catch one of the Swiss players. It was Barnetta. In fact, it was Lichtsteiner, the fullback. He's not making a big thing of it. Should be an honour to be poleaxed by the world's best player. Especially on your international debut. Badge of honour. Packard foul by Gemaili. Zubabula is saying, give me 4 in the wall. If Ronaldinho catches this as we know he can, he might need 14. Three and a half paces back. Standard for Ronaldinho. Zubabula's got his 4 men in the wall. Here is Ronaldinho. Zubabula dived a long way to his right. Helped it round the post. Look at the difference though around this stadium since Switzerland scored. In fact, since they made their substitutions at half-time, they've been a lot sprightlier. The referee missed the touch and has given a goal kick. theme of substitutions. This is worth another look though. It wasn't going in, but it was touched by Zubi. Here's a popular introduction, Hakan Yakin. Arguably the best playmaker of the last 10 years in Swiss football. Manya. Now Hakan Yakin. This is Kobe Kuhn's attempt to press home the territorial advantage they've been enjoying, the Swiss. Here's a chance. Oh, good save by Helton. It was struck really well by Barnetta. And Helton showed his quality in tipping it over the bar. Hit really powerfully first time. It's more comfortable for the Porto goalkeeper. It's game on now. Elano. The heel of Manya. Hakan Yakin. Swiss changes seem to have made the side a good deal stronger. Certainly there's plenty of experience that's been sent on with Müller. Keep things sound at the back, and Yakin to create behind the front players. Danger is that they leave gaps that can be exploited by the likes of Ronaldinho. That's offside. The correct shout by the referee's assistant. Hakan Yakin, there is no more popular player in Swiss football. When he was left out of Kobe Kuhn's initial World Cup squad, he actually crept in when Von Lanten was forced to withdraw with that dislocated shoulder. Hakan Yakin replacing Ricardo Cabañas. And Brazil attacked with purpose, but not in the end with much threat. Here's Tinga. Ronaldinho. Tinga. Kaka. Elano. Ronaldinho thought about the shot. It's Maicon, and the block is by Ludovic Manya. One or two of those that might have been contemplating an early exit from this stadium beat the traffic and now having second thoughts. So a one-sided Brazilian stroll has turned into a genuine contest. Ronaldinho finding Tinga. Adriano. Ronaldinho through the middle. Maicon.
Contraband. Ja, posição.
Switzerland, remember, beaten only once in 2006. This their 13th international of the year. Barnetta, Magna. Awkward height for Hakan to deal with. Lantern is coming off. David. Big address announcer being kept very busy this evening with all the changes. Barnetta brought to ground. It's a free kick. Dudu, the miscreant. No shock that Hakan Yakin has annexed this as his own. Five waiting in the box for him. A couple more outside. It was delivered at pace and awful to defend against, as Brazil have just discovered. Shake of the head from Luizão. Fry looking up at the big screen, hoping to see a replay of his near miss. We haven't, so he won't. Kaká. Given against Ricardo Oliveira. Now on the books of Milan after a spell with Real Betis in Spain. Hakan Yakin. Barnetta. It's deep. And the attempt was made by Margueras to go for the ball, but he was blocked off. And it would be a brave referee that would give anything for that. Adriano, though, wasn't looking at the ball, only at the man. In 19 months' time, the eyes of the footballing world will be upon this stadium as it stages the opening game of the Euro 2008 finals. Tonight, the centre of attention because of the visit of the 5 times world champions Brazil, who dominated the first half. The second half has been much more even. Lichtsteiner. As there is out. Like a foul throw, but we play on. And Adriano gets it partially clear. Now Tinga. Margaras. Hakan Yakin. Inventive ball. Just claimed by help on the goalkeeper. I wonder if Brazil ridden what there was of the Swiss storm. Another Swiss substitution. And it's Gökhan Inler of Zurich who comes on. Player of Turkish extraction. Crowd of just under 39,000. Bringing a great deal more enjoyment out of this occasion than they were an hour ago. And their side trailed 2-0 and they hadn't yet seen Ronaldinho, which was a privilege that a lot of them had paid for. Ball still in play by the corner flag. Adriano, Juan, didn't go out. Inla. Mania. The score when these sides met in this stadium in 1983 was Switzerland 1, Brazil 2. The Swiss here are pressing as hard as they possibly can for an equalising goal. Confirmation of that change in replacing the debutant Lichtsteiner. Yakin. Gökhan Inler. Hakan Yakin. Time to weigh up the cross. Pity it wasn't a better one. Up considerably in the second half. Degen. Twin brother Philip was also in the squad to start with, but he's injured. Had to withdraw. Free kick given. With a foul on Xavier Margaras. Committed by Adriano. He's eager to go down. Referee bought it. Couldn't really do anything else with his assistant flagging furiously. Still the changes come. Confusion over the numbers with the fourth official. Nope. Michael Kettner put up the wrong number. And that's a good save at the near post by Helton. Attempt was made to catch him out by Hakan Yakin. And it brings not a goal but a corner. official. Got his wires crossed, and Diego of Werder Bremen comes on for the last couple of minutes. And he's been outstanding in the Bundesliga this season. He's not very much time to be outstanding here. Gurkenindler. It's a desperation ball. Lack of support caused that. Ronaldinho. Luizao. Neither trainer has been on the pitch at any stage during this game, but in theory the referee should add 30 seconds for every substitution, in which case we could be here another half an hour. Have to be sensible about it. Yakin. Swiss won't mind a bit of stoppage time as they chase this game, chase the equaliser. Manya. Dudu. So Brazil look likely to avenge their defeat on their last visit here in 1989 when they lost to that solitary Turkelmaz goal. And there have been various stages through the evening when their victory appeared likely to be much more comprehensive than this, if indeed it is to be a victory. Alex Fry. Brazil get the decision. And Dunga hasn't given up hope of making one more change. Well, it's Daniel Carvalho of CSKA Moscow who's being sent on to replace Dudu, his club teammate. Lots of whistles. Swiss fans regarding this as time wasting, which it probably is. Senderos. Tinga. That was an awkward fall. Senderos, fortunately, he's picking himself up rather gingerly. Marqueras. Tinga. Ronaldinho. Isn't that terrific? And maybe appropriate that he should have the final touch. Here's a cameo role tonight. To Brazil goes victory. To Switzerland, defeat but with honour, which hadn't seemed quite so likely at half-time.
Well, excellent value for the money here at St. Joachim Stadium in beautiful Val, Switzerland. Ronaldinho coming on with a cameo role, like our commentators said. The Swiss side that came out very game in the second half, showed some good attacking prowess, but ultimately, in the end, the first half defensive frailties are going to be the defining factor in this international friendly as Brazil ride their goals from Luizao and Kaká to the 2-1 victory. All right, that's going to do it for now, but we'll be right back with a